So this is the second half of the recording. So now let me go to the slide. So this is the concluding part of my presentation. So I am talking about corporate identity strategies, and they introduce the corporate wear. So now going to the next slide. A popular job search engine explains corporate wear in the following three categories: business casual, business professional, and business formal. In the early 20th century, business attire was business formal. And as many call the current industrial stage Industry 5.0 or the fifth industrial revolution, business casual now dominates workplace. At the same time, light manufacturing industry fast disappears in East Asia, while technology-based industrial entities become more dominant. Top technology companies usually hire male workers as opposed to women. Individual knowledge and innovative spirits are much more important than compliance with rule and authorities in Industry 5.0. As shown in Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company and Delta Electronics, Taiwanese tech companies follow examples of Sony and Apple. The popularity of corporate wear and business casual as acceptable business attire owes much to Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple. Impressed with Sony uniforms worn by both factory workers and top executives like Ibuka and Morita, the founders of Sony, Steve Jobs once entertained a company-provided vest as a uniform. Facing reluctance of his employees, Steve Jobs instead dressed himself a uniform composed of a black turtleneck, Levi's 501 jeans, and gray New Balance sneakers. Business casual composed of untailored khaki pants and round neck shirts suitable for North Californian climate eventually dominated business fields across North America and moved to Western Europe in the age of global corporate culture of the late 1990s. As of 2024, Asian corporate culture in company-provided uniforms is disseminated to South Asian, Southeast Asian countries. Taiwan, Japan, South Korea all created subsidiaries of light manufacturing or heavy industry factories in Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, or Indonesia. However, one must forget that corporations like Mitsubishi, Toyota, and Mitsui had begun in the colonial period at the sacrifice of people in the colonies like Taiwan, Korea, and Indonesia. Mitsubishi logo was a powerful symbol of Japanese industrial development, but also a legacy of military industry to create weapons of mass destruction for the Empire of Japan. Fashion industry has noted the progressive spirit of Taiwan in recent decades. Martial law in Taiwan was lifted in 1987. In 2017, Taiwan's Supreme Court issued a long-awaited ruling on the laws banning same-sex marriage. Taiwanese media companies have launched a school uniform campaign to be more inclusive of gender non-conforming people. So I'm going to talk about my future directions. In my current research of workplace uniforms or corporate wear, I follow some industries that still required tailored, well-fitted uniforms. South Korea and Taiwan used to have many garment factories for mass market brands for European and American companies in 1970s. In the US, some large companies dominate the production of multi-industry uniforms. Action Apparel is one of them. Dickies is another. Dickies, for example, creates uniforms for automotive, transportation, and manufacturing workers. They also create uniforms for imprisoned population. How trendy can their clothes be? durability in the forms of synthetic textiles and sustainability of zero waste would crash in the production of utilitarian and inexpensive workplace uniforms. Thieves is a provider of stylish yet comfortable uniforms for healthcare workers. Here, the point of stylish or fashionable looks antithesis to sanitization or antibacterial practice required for healthcare workers. The demand for commute-ready scrubs was rather recent, as hospitals' healthcare facilities eliminated private quarters for workers to change clothes or rest. The elimination of lockers and private offices prompted healthcare workers to wear colorful scrubs ready as streetwear. In Taiwan, there are notable designers who create brand-themed uniforms. Tian Tong is one of them, with excellent networking opportunities due to his high-profile status. I would like to discover more talents like this. In South Korea, many garment factories quickly shifted to a lucrative sector of measure-to-wear uniforms. Healthcare workers, for example, wear all kinds of colors with sophisticated details of piping, pockets, vests, and neckties. Korean government also provides support for small to medium-sized companies to develop trendy designs inspired by the heritage or historical examples. A boutique company like San provides innovative solutions that do not disrupt individuality of workers, but enhance the company's brand identity. I haven't followed their line of production, but I conjecture that suppliers of these website-based design companies would be operated in Vietnam, People's Republic of China, Indonesia, and so on. The textiles, profit margins, workers' labor conditions should be further scrutinized. A piecemeal work order tends to be given to a small garment shop where workers work 7 days a week without a proper labor contract. A final note is the survival of old-fashioned uniforms. My previous visit to the National Palace Museum of Taipei was 2018. I saw information desk staff at the museum and mistook them for police officers or security guards. In a two-piece, tight-fitted suit, museum staff were receiving hundreds and hundreds of visitors. Unfortunately, I do not have a photo of them. During my most recent visit to the V&A Museum in London in 2024, I noted a museum staff shirt. It had an interesting pattern and had a logo of V&A. I was attracted to its charming aesthetics and felt obliged to buy a shirt in a museum shop. Later, I ran some searches and learned that the shirt was part of the uniform design by Christopher Raven in 2017. The ensemble included not only a shirt, but also a rain jacket, a bag, and a windbreaker in consideration of the unpredictable weather in London. In 2024, Taiwan Railway announced new uniforms for station masters. I think the campaign selected real people or models close to ordinary people for its photo shoot. Surprisingly, many people were reminded of military uniforms of North Korea. I suppose the embroidery decorated hat brought the sentiment of military uniforms of a bygone era. I sincerely hope that the next round of the station master's uniform will exude an image of professional management and friendly service for the global audiences. Thank you. So thank you so much for listening to my talk, and I hope you have productive discussions. Thank you so much.